Hello everyone, this is Merritt Train Boy here, and boy, what a trip that was at the train show that I went to. And here, as you can see, I got some really good stuff from that show. And I have spent quite like over $100, probably a bit too much. But yeah, overall, sometimes there are some stuff that you couldn't resist and others that you couldn't let it go and whatnot. So here in this video, since you people have seen my recent one about my trip to the Rocky Mountain train show, I'm going to show you these recent purchases which I had got from there. Coming up, we have something that looks recognizable. We have an amazing Bachmann collection. And we have a bit of Hot Wheels. All in today's recent purchases. So I think I'll kick off with this bag first. So first up, we have these 3 different sized Thomas models. And I think we'll kick off with the biggest and most bizarre. So this is a Pop and Roller Thomas, which I'm sure that most of you people have seen this before. And I only paid $3 for this Thomas. And as you can see, this is a toy that is see-through because you can see what's inside. And it's got these colored balls. And you can see here, this Thomas toy has 4 wheels, which we know a Thomas should have 6, but that doesn't take away the appeal of this chunky Thomas. And although it looks like one of his eyebrows has seen better days. And on the back here, this gap, this is where for a stick handle should be for this toy to be rolled along. But apparently this toy didn't have that stick. But what gives? This is still a clever looking toy for young children to play with, because you can see these balls, those pop, and that's why this is called a popping roller. And of course, without the stick, you can even push this along. Definitely a clever little toy. I don't know if I'll ever be able to find the stick handle, which is supposed to be on the back, but only time will tell. Now here's this second Thomas tank, and just like the other one, I had paid $3 for this toy. And I already have one that looks like this one. But this one has a different face. So you see it's got a CGI style face. And I believe that this is supposed to be a pullback model due to the look of the rear wheels. But unfortunately, it seems to be acting up. Come on. Probably sometimes it might need a little bit of attention. Next, here's our third Thomas tank, and this is a Trackmaster Thomas, and I only paid $5 for it. And it looks pretty well, in good condition, although the rear coupling is gone, but I can always fit in a replacement for this toy. And I'm guessing that this is an early version of the Trackmaster Thomas by the Hit Toy Company. So you see there? And if you look right here, you can see the number 1 looks skinny, and there's no red stripes on the boiler. So you see, that's why I'm saying that this is an early version of the Hit Toy Company's Trackmaster Thomas, before the red stripes were added to the boiler, and that number 1 is skinny. Right here, there's a label on the cab roof that says runs good and new battery. So I suppose that this toy runs good, and there's already a battery inside of it. So let me just take this tape off the switch that was covering it. And yeah, it still runs good. And yeah, it's a strong goer. Next, we have this wooden blue tank engine, which caught my eye. And it's from Brio. By looking on the back here, you can see there's a Brio sticker. And it only cost me $4. And if we look closely and very carefully around it, you can easily see that this little train looks kind of like Thomas, except it's got a smoke box door and not a face, of course. And the dome is yellow. So if I bring a wooden railway Thomas and do a side-by-side comparison, sort of like this, you can see the difference. Overall, they look slightly a bit similar, only the details are different. So you see what I mean? So what are your thoughts on this blue Brio tank engine that looks like Thomas? Let me know in the comments. So that's all what it was inside that plastic bag. So we'll take a look in this one next. And there's one item in here that wasn't from the same sales stand which the rest of these are. And it's this one. So here, as you can see, this is Mavis from the Thomas line in the Bachmann range. And the reason why I said that this wasn't in the same sales stand like the other Bachmann stuff, which we'll be getting to later, is because this was found in a large box full of other Bachmann Thomas stuff, which are still mint in box. And this was one of them that just caught my eye, so I just picked this up for about this much, which I had paid for. And I didn't have Mavis, but now I do. So without any further ado, let's get her open so we can give her a test run. So here she is, free from her packaging. Wow, this is such a very impressive model. So here we are on the layout. And here's Mavis ready for her test run. Well, that was a good test run for Mavis. Now we'll take a look at the rest of the Bachmann stuff, which were all from that same sales stand. Yeah! So here we have these other Bachmann HO scale Thomas models. Duck, Donald, Emily, Troublesome Truck number 5, and a diesel tanker. So you see, I'm glad that I got Duck, since I have a Hornby version of him, which I'll be comparing him to. And I'm glad that I had finally got Donald to go with Duckless. And originally, I was going to get Emily in that train set that she had, but it seemed to be quite expensive, so I end up deciding to getting her in her own packaging, and hopefully I'll be getting those 2 coaches to go with her. And as for the Troublesome Truck, which is number 5, it looked like a, this looks like a salt van, but what gives? Some other freight cars can be troublesome. And also the diesel tanker. I feel like that the water tanker that I have would go for the steam engines, so that, and so I feel like that this tanker would go for the diesel engines. So right now, let's get them open up and give them their first test run. Oh, I forgot. This one was already open. But anyway, here they all are, free from their packagings. So first up is Duck, ready for his test run, and he'll be pulling the 2 cars behind him. Well, that was a good test run for Duck while he's pulling the salt wagon and the diesel tanker. Next is Donald. And now, here we have Emily. Well, that's all the test runs from those 3 engines, so let's move on. Next, we have an N-scale model, although this is an HO scale model actually, but it runs on N-scale track. And it's Skarloey. I had finally got Skarloey to go with Renee's. And hopefully I'll get some more rolling stock, since I already have one of these Slate cars. So let's get them open. And here he is. And look at that. What a nice model of Skarloey. Really, really nice model. So here, as you can see, I got some track out, so we can give Skarloey a test run. Well, that was a good test run for Skarloey. So right now, let's move on. Well, that's everything from this second bag. Now it's time to take a look of what's inside of this third and final bag. So here's our next item, which caught my eye. And this is a Hot Wheels car, or should we call this a Hot Wheels train? Well, sort of, because it looks like a train. And you can see here on it, it says rail rotter. I suppose it's because it would be burning up the rails as it moves by so fast. And this is a 1996 first edition of this sort of range. Collect the coolest. And right here I have paid $10 for this little vehicle. And here's the back of it, and it looks like this is a collector number 370. So apparently this is a very old Hot Wheels vehicle from the 90s. So let's see if I can get it open so we can take a closer look at it. Wow, just look at this engine. Looks so cool. And looking right here, I believe it says in 1995, the same year when the first Toy Story movie came out. But boy, that was a long time ago. Although it's very interesting that for the Hot Wheels logo, normally we see it like this, but on the other side, it looks like this. But yeah, this is such a total looking railroading vehicle. And I bet anybody would have something cool such as this in their Hot Wheels collection. And here it is, ended up back in its packaging. Next we have this Bachmann track switch, which is a left turn. And I only paid $32 for this single piece. And the reason why I bought another track switch like this is because I wanted to add another siding to my HO layout. And I will be having this track piece somewhere along here, which it would be connected to over there to the turntable where the sheds are. So somewhere along here, once I figure it out. And finally, here's our last item that I got from the train show, and this came from the Thomas and Friends stand. It's the Trackmaster Tunnel Blast set. And looking right here, I had paid $21.99 for this set. And you see, I had meant to get this kind of Trackmaster set for some time before, and now I had finally got it. And looking right here, it comes with this exclusive version of Diesel, who's covered in rocks. And here it says, blast the rocks to help Diesel escape. I suppose that's because when Diesel goes into that tunnel, he gets trapped in there, and you have to set him free. So anyway, let's get this open up and put this set together. So here it is, the Tunnel Blast set is all set up, and I already put batteries inside Diesel. So, off he goes. Alright, he is stopped inside the tunnel, and with this yellow lever, he has blasted his way out of there. But even though if he stops in there again, you gotta let him go. But I think if you hold it long enough, he can pass through. Yep. Also, if you're quick enough, you could put the rocks back up. And you could do this all over again. Kaboom! Or if you want, you could do this. Well, that was a good run for Diesel. And that was also fun with this set. Well, that's all the stuff from this bag. Like those other two. And that is all the recent purchases that I got from the Rocky Mountain Train Show this year. Hope you people have enjoyed looking at them. And make sure you let me know in the comments which one of these items is your favorite. Also, in the meantime, you can check out some recent pictures that I have uploaded on DeviantArt. And stay tuned for some more content, which I'll be producing soon. Hopefully some special ones for the 75th anniversary of Thomas and Friends. So until next time, everyone, this is Merritt Trainboy, signing off. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.